the north, the Yaller horn is about to sound and send two teams to battle here at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Well, Brock, we saw week one begin on Thursday night, and now two more teams get their season started here on Sunday. He's Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and it is very important, partner, for both teams here that their seasons begin on a strong note.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself back to that locker room, to week one across the different seasons. And whether it was high school or college or pro, it's the same feeling. Whether it was hope springs eternal, even though it's the fall and the calendar's turned and it's week one, you're so hopeful of what lies ahead.
Katie York sent to get this one started. And we're off from U.S. Bank Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And they're brought out by the 10th pick of the 2024 draft, a national champion at Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
Kid, I really think this is one of those moments where every starting quarterback in the opener, right? Week one, all has a sense of gratitude. All has a smile on their face. You're one of 32 guys on the planet that get to start an NFL season. You want to make the most of that chance. That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next third down coming.
Here's McCarthy, first and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
And he's brought down for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after two straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over him.
Here he is on third and long. Rolling left, buying some time. He'll make a bid for it on the ground.
Tick, tick, tick. Tick-tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
He has it at the 13. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. So here come the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by this dual-threat quarterback.
It's the dawn of a new season, Kate, with all the promise in the world ahead of he and his squad. And this is where all that off-season planning, the reps in camp, the sweat, the blood, the tears come into play. And you really don't want to stumble out the gate. You want to be the horse who jumps to the front right away and let everybody try to chase you down.
Second and 3 now. Again, it's Brooks. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Third down from the gun. Forced out to his right. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up. Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it's going to be Vikings football. They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it'll be second down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud quarterback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. Fields this at the 19. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it's going to be Panthers football. Carried by Brooks to start the drive. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. They kick the running back in motion. This is pulled in by Mecole Hardman. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back to throw, it's Lance. Ferguson there to bring it in. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st down, ball at the 36. Now a shotgun handoff to Brooks. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Couple of zeros on the board right now. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. We're ready to go with the 2nd quarter. It's Panthers football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Running once more with Brooks. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Hands off here for Brooks. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Rolling out to his left. He's on the move. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Finds a man, right side. And he gets him around 6 there. Now with Sauce Gardner dropping him there.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. On the give, it's Brooks. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Hits him on the in route. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Complete beyond the marker. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Here's Brooks. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be second and goal.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Still lined up at the 6. Here's second and goal. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. Touchdown, Carolina. On is Cade York for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Panthers take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1. On now is York to kick this one away. Here's Ford on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
First and 10. Here's McCarthy. Dump off caught by his back. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Minneapolis. The Vikings trailing in the early going. First and 10. Ball set up at the 48. On play action now, McCarthy. Into the hands of Neighbors. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play. Vacates quickly left side. He's keeping it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And the Panthers into the nickel set. Third down coming. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. The Vikings getting their punt team out. To return, McCole Hardman. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. The Panthers and Jonathan Brooks ready to begin another drive. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the half. That's enough time to put something together. Here's first and 10 from the 34. To the air, Lance. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. Couldn't connect on first, it's second down. Here's Lance. Has him on the quick hitter. Rolling into enemy territory. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. Throwing is Lance. Short pass brought in. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play, and keep driving that defense backwards.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
They send the tight end in motion. Here's 2nd and 2. And he will score. It's a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers will add to their lead at the end of the half. York now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Panthers double their lead to 14. On now is York to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The Vikings getting one more drive here before the break. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. Looking to throw, McCarthy. This is complete to Neighbors. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Completed to his running back. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Throwing the out route complete. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. We'll catch up with the rest of the league later. Let's go right through halftime and on to the start of the 3rd quarter. A few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. Carolina ready to get things started on offense to begin the 3rd. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now we give to Brooks, coming left. Along the sideline past midfield. He's out in the clear. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. And this is now a 100-yard gain for him after that last carry. Man, what a strong day he's had running it for this offense. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the gun, a give to Brooks. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Brooks. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Panthers grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
On now is York to kick this one away. Here's Ford on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And that's good yardage with a new set of down. Oh, flag is down here. This might be a free play. Throw left side, complete. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. Running it after the penalty. This is ahead for about 5. Tackle made by J.C. Horn.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
They've got a man in motion. Back-to-back carries here. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd, McCarthy. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Panthers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a 2nd half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the 1st play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Running back sent in motion. Lance. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. 65 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings are going to take over from deep in their own side. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Jalen Thompson, the man on the tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there. So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And the Panthers are there to bring him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Punting unit out now. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Fields this at the 42. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Panthers returning their offense and this running back to the field. They are in great shape here as we wind down this third quarter. They've got a 3-score lead. Another, that could put this just too far out of reach. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
That's simply a foot race to the outside that he's used to winning. Seen him get beat there and forced to take it out of bounds near the line? Well, that's just a tremendous effort and tremendous speed by that defense.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
A tight end in motion now. Here he is on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Carolina in punt formation. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. We'll call that a 64-yard punt officially. And they're going to take over possession. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. He finds Neighbors right side. And he'll get it up to the 44. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Now it's McCarthy. Dumped off to his running back. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
At the 46-yard line.
Back to the air, McCarthy. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. It was there, he just... And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. Quick slant caught by Neighbors. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
This one's taken in by Otten. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. McCarthy now, blitz coming. This throw is caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Escapes the pocket. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings get it back to a 14-point game. Well, this one not quite over just yet. They've got 3 timeouts at their disposal, but really need to make the unexpected recovery here. And the Panthers secure that kick. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Brooks on the counter. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Panthers looking like they'll start this season with a win. Here's first and 10 from the 34. Straight ahead, here's Brooks. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Minnesota spends its second time out here. First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Brooks runs in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers have likely locked up the win right there. It's a Jonathan Brooks touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you instantly think of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Panthers stretch their lead to 21. Now is York to kick this one away. Here's Ford on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. First and 10, here's McCarthy. Completes this one to Otten. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. They are throwing it again. He's got it near the 10. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. And this is incomplete. Could have been a touchdown, but all it is now is a third down.
It's now third and goal.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got fourth down.
It's now fourth down and goal.
McCarthy to throw for it. And he's going to go down. They get to him on fourth and goal and complete the defensive stand. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Now an inside handoff to Brooks. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their first. Second and 3 now. Again, it's Brooks. And they'll wrap him up after a short carry at the 24. The timeout taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. Third down run with Brooks. And he's brought down for a loss. So it's the Panthers who take this one on the road. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record.